I used to spend 40 hours a week cold calling, trying to find wholesale deals, and was literally making no money. But then I found a new method that pretty much puts wholesaling on easy mode, and it blew up my business to 7 figures. In this video, I'm going to walk you guys through the exact method that I'm using right now, which is currently on track to make me $250,000 in the next 30 days. I'm going to show you my CRM here. So for June 2025, we funded $31,000 this month already, with another $216,000 set to close. Average deal size between everything is about $25,000 per deal. So first, we need to talk about the current state of wholesaling and the problems. Then I'm going to talk about how this new method avoids them and makes finding success so much easier. So here's what's happening. While everybody else is grinding through cold calling and competing for the same leads, there is a completely different approach that makes everything smoother and more profitable. This method puts you in a blue ocean where motivated sellers are coming to you, where you're not fighting 20 other wholesalers for every single deal, and where your profit margins are higher because you're operating with less competition and better positioning. So you need to switch to this method because the traditional way has everyone doing the same exact thing. So think about this for a second. You can spend 40 hours a week cold calling the same exact list as thousands of other wholesalers, or you could just set up systems where qualified sellers reach out to you first. You could compete in a crowded market, or you could find opportunities that most people completely miss. The only reason this method works is because most wholesalers follow what everybody else is doing instead of thinking strategically about lead generation. And when you take this approach, wholesaling becomes so much more predictable and profitable. Right now is the perfect time to start because it's completely untapped. While everybody else is struggling with the old method, there is a new way that is absolutely crushing it. And when I say crushing it, I mean we're generating leads for under $30 and turning them into $20,000 deals on a monthly basis, and I'm going to show you right now. So here's one of our ad accounts for the first 11 days of June. It looks like we are averaging about $23 leads. We've spent about $4,000 and we've gotten almost 200 leads. I will refresh it right here so you can see, which is absolutely crazy. So let's jump right back into it. So when people say wholesaling is dead or it's too competitive, that is absolutely wrong. The opportunity is bigger than ever if you know the right method. All you need to do is stop doing what everybody else is doing and take advantage of what's actually working. Now, the question is, what is the method which makes wholesaling so much easier in today's market? I spent 3 years figuring out what works, and I discovered something that completely changed the game for me. It's what I call automated virtual wholesaling. And it's the reason I went from struggling to make deals to building a 7-figure business. And this works whether you're brand new to wholesaling or you already have experience. So here's exactly how this works. First, instead of cold calling random people, we use Google PPC ads. So think about it like this. When somebody goes onto Google and types in sell my house or sell my house fast for cash, what does that tell you? Tells you they're already motivated. They're actively looking for a solution and they're telling people, I need help. So by using this approach, you don't have to spend any more time on people who aren't interested. Compare this to working, let's say 40 hours a week cold calling, maybe getting a couple people interested. But here's where it actually gets even better than that. Once we get the property under contract, we don't wholesale it to a cash investor like everybody else. We use something called the novation strategy. So what is a novation? It's super simple, but it's super powerful. We get the paperwork signed with the seller, and instead of assigning that to a cash investor, we list that property on the open market. Now think about what this means. Instead of being limited to cash investors who need very big discounts, we can now sell to FHA, VA, or conventional buyers. These are people who use financing to purchase the properties, and cash investors. So we're literally opening up the buyer pool to literally everybody. And guess what happens when you have more buyers? The price goes up. The average profit on a cash wholesale deal nationwide is roughly $12,500. But with our novation strategy, we're averaging over $20,000 per deal, which is almost double. Absolutely crazy. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds too good to be true, but let me share some real numbers with you guys. Before I started using automated virtual wholesaling, I was like most wholesalers. I was cold calling, I was texting, agent outreach. I was hoping I was going to get lucky, stumble across a deal. I was working 60 plus hours a week, trying everything that I could and hardly seeing any results. Then everything changed when I implemented this system. I went from struggling to doing over 7 figures. And like I showed you guys before, I'm on track to do over $250,000 by the end of this month. So now to make this work, you need three things. The first is PPC campaigns. So this is how you get motivated sellers coming to you. And don't worry if you've never run ads before. It's actually a lot more simple than you think once you figure it out, what keywords to target. And if you can get somebody to show you how to set them up the first few times, that's definitely ideal. And the second thing you need is the novation process. If you can understand how to structure these deals so you can list them on the MLS without being a licensed agent, you're going to be able to turn any lead into a potential $20,000 deal. And the third thing is systems and automations. You need a good CRM to organize everything and systems to handle the consistent leads coming in. I like to use InvestorFuse. That's the CRM that my brother and I were using when we did our first $200,000 months. It automates all the follow-ups and it is super, super seamless. Now, here's the biggest mistake I see people make is they think they need to be some real estate expert to start. They think they need years of experience or a ton of money. But that is just simply not true. When I started this, I knew nothing about PPC. I had never done a novation deal before, but I learned as I went. I failed forward, and now the results speak for themselves. So you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be willing to learn, fail, and take action. So here's my challenge to you. If you've been thinking about getting into wholesaling, or if you're tired of the old methods that are absolutely miserable, start now. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait until you feel ready. The people making money in wholesaling right now are not waiting. They're just taking action every single day. This is literally your chance to achieve financial freedom. No more cold calling for hours, no more texting, no more direct to agent, no more mailers, none of that. No more begging people to sell their property. Just motivated sellers who are coming to you and $20,000 deals that actually close consistently. If you guys want one-on-one help to implement this exact method that I just showed you, click the link in the description to book a call with me. I'm going to show you exactly how this works and how I can help you get started. The opportunity's here. The method works. The only question is, are you going to take action? And if you guys have any questions, make sure to drop them below in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.